All right. Well, what a day for a game. Great crowd, great weather. We competed. We just didn't make enough plays, and that's the difference. A good Harvard team, and again, we had opportunities. You feel badly about it, but I was pleased with the guys. The guys competed, and that's what we'll continue to do through the course of the season.
Michael, how was it like to go up against a real tough and physical front from Harvard, probably the toughest you've seen this year?
It was a challenge. I mean, we played against some good D lines throughout the course of the year, but these guys were just another challenge for us. I felt that we prepared well all week. We had good practices, and I thought that we played our butts off throughout the game. We just didn't execute it a couple times, and it happens in the game of football. But I thought the O-line as a whole played to what we expected we were going to play to.
Can you talk about the change of quarterback? Did you have any idea about a difference between the two of them and what you're going to see?
Yeah, so number 3 got out of the pocket a little bit more than number 11. Definitely saw that. Scrambled a lot more. So we, kind of had to adjust for that, put that into our game plan. Just moving forward, being better about it.
Talk about the interception.
Yeah, that was an interesting one. It was 4th down. Probably should have batted it down, but, sometimes it happens. But, I think it was a good rally point for our team. I think it brought some juice to the sideline. We just have to keep the juice up and, make something happen on offense after that.
What was it like facing the toughest running back you've seen this year with Bourget was able to get into the second and third levels quite a bit?
Yeah, I mean, no doubt. Bourget's a good running back. Definitely gave us a lot to worry about today, but it kind of showed what we need to work on as a defense, and I believe that we can rally from here on out. And so, just prepare better, get in the weight room, work on, wrapping up a little bit better. So I think that, although he had a great day, I think that our defense can still rally against a good back like Bourget.
Michael, I guess a little pre-recording for me for next week. What's it like playing next to Constantine Spork there? First year as a starter, young guy, obviously from Germany, didn't grow up in a country where football is really a thing.
He's a great player. He's really talented. I see a lot of good technique that he brings, and he brings energy every game. Sometimes when we're feeling down, he brings the juice a lot of the time, and he's kind of somebody who's going to be a leader for this team coming down the road. But I love playing next to him. He's extremely coachable. He does everything that the coaches ask him to do. He plays his butt off, and I think that he's going to be a strong point in the offensive line for the next couple of years. But I definitely think that he's doing a great job. And I don't know what else.
Quinn, this is one of those times when it's hard to be a captain because you get that question about where do you go from here and how do you keep guys up, because that third loss is really important.
Yeah, third loss, definitely tough to come back from that, but as Dartmouth football, we're going to rally from it. We're going to keep going forward because that's the only way we can go. So we got a tough matchup against Princeton next week. We're going to, work our butts off to prepare for them, give them all we got. That's the only thing we can do. And as Dartmouth football, I think we will rally because that's just who we are. That's what Coach T, raves about, and that's what we're going to do.
Coach Murphy used the expression grinding it out. Do you feel like that kind of game is just going to be
Yeah, we talked about it from an offensive standpoint all week long. The key was possessing the football, working it down the field, keeping their offense on the sideline. The Bourget, and he's as good a back as we're going to face. We showed snippets of it, but just not enough. Defensively, I thought we were on the field too long, and you kind of grind down. They do have a good offensive front and some power backs and a big back, and it takes its toll over the course of time. I thought Joe Heffernan had his best game. I led the team in tackles, just aggressive, just fiery inside. But they made more plays than we did. The two big passes that they hit, those are devastating. Just swinging the field position, and we didn't make enough big plays. We're close in a couple, and we didn't convert them. So it's disappointing. We get a lot of guys that had a lot of snap time, the first snap time that they've had. They'll grow through that. And attitudinally, the guys are obviously you don't play to come close, or it's disappointment, but also somewhat of an understanding. Played hard against a good football team. That's, as these guys have said, that's who we are. We got another good football team coming up. We got to get out and play hard, and then convert opportunities when they arise.
What did you see on the first touchdown? What happened there was obviously blown coverage.
Yeah, it's just a play action pass, and I think we bit on it, and we should have had middle help, and we didn't. And the safety's up, and the corner's left on an island. It just looks bad when guys run scot-free down the field. But again, we're playing aggressive, and we saw something we thought and jumped it, bit it, and all of a sudden we'll be 7 points down.
Probably the best game for the two quarterback system so far, especially on those two touchdown drives. This is sort of what you were hoping for when you sort of reinstituted that. What did you see from those two guys, how they were complementing each other for sure?
Well, Nick is obviously he's banged up, and so we can't use him as effectively as we had earlier on in the season. A couple of those runs early season, they're breakaway touchdowns probably, and he just doesn't have the push and so forth. But Cadwallader coming in and playing more, he's playing with more confidence. He's throwing the ball well, not taking losses. Still we get. We keep tightening up, and I did think the offensive line protected the pass to the best that we have this year against sack leaders. That's the best front that we're going to have. I didn't see the sack numbers. I'm not sure if we even had. I don't know if we had one. Get rid of the football, so you stay between the chains, and that was the thought. If we can stay on the ball, possess it, and swing field position. The first half we did a decent job with. The second half we didn't. Too many 3 and outs, and put our defense in a bad situation.
The change of quarterbacks, did it catch you a little bit by surprise?
Yeah, a little bit, but we knew that they were going to play a couple, and his ability to prolong plays really hurt. We get guys in a 3rd and 5, 6, 7 situation, and we got coverage on people, and all of a sudden he jumps out and he's capable enough to pick up, and it was probably 4 first downs that he picked up in critical situations like that. So you got to adjust an A&I and pin a guy like that inside. And he threw the ball. It wasn't pretty an awful lot of times, but the ball got out there. And some of the matchups, the big 6'5" tight end on our 5'7" corner, that causes some problems.
What can you say about how this team will react?
We have good guys, and they're committed to each other. They understand there's a lot of young guys that are playing that haven't had a whole lot of snap time, and I think it's kind of almost nurturing, encouraging, and growing the guys that are around them. It shouldn't take away from their competitive level, but every week, if we can get a little bit better, we're moving the program forward. Certainly, it's substantiated when you have a win to show for it. But there's enough good stuff on tape against a good football team. They didn't just come out and lay down. I thought they competed. They came off the ball offensively. They mixed it up. And from a defensive standpoint, we didn't break 100 yards, but there were flashes of being able to run the football against top run defense. And again, the sack situation, we just had to make more plays. And we had a couple of pass drops. We had a couple of near misses. You got to convert those. And I don't say play perfect, but play closer to perfect than we did today.
On the flip side, they ran for 257 yards. That's a lot of yards.
It's a lot of yards, yeah. And it's, we knew they were talented. And again, part of it is just don't give them the opportunity to be on the field that long. And I haven't tallied the 3 and outs, but possession and the time of possession it's a two-sided deal, and you got to get them off, and then you got to stay on. And that was kind of the plan. We continued. I thought we were patient with our run, and had a bunch, and then we had to chuck the ball a lot, and that got us warped.
Will you stress this week in practice going into your toughest task yet against Princeton?
Yeah, just improve as a team. Come out and our skill sets, and occasionally, and it only happened once or twice, somebody tried to do more than they were capable of doing. You jump something and just you're guessing as opposed to executing, and you just got to trust the guys around you and rely on them. A lot of them, again, not a whole lot of experience, but that's how they kind of grow up. And the old guys, leadership, you compete. You come out. That's why we play. Go out and compete, and I fully expect it from them, and we'll find out through the course of the week.